welcome to Two Wise Fat Guys.
This episode is brought to you by Ocean Breeze Finiment Products. Ocean Breeze, it's like a breath mint for your vagina.
All right, today's topic, we're going to discuss the 10 worst movie remakes and sequels. Number one on my list, I have Halloween, the Rob Zombie version. Honestly, I am a big fan of the original, so I hated this movie.
I as well. However, I will give Rob Zombie's girlfriend, props. Not on her acting, but looks. Other than that,
I got a little bit of something on that though, but if he's going to co-star her in every single movie that he makes, don't show just side boob.
Right.
Make the chick get naked. Rob, listen to me. Make her get naked. We don't know if she shaved, got a landing strip, or a 70s full bush. We want to know. Us, the people, want to know.
The people want to know.
We do. We want to know what she has working down there. At least give us a nipple.
Right, and don't make her wear a merkin. One of those actress bush wigs.
Right.
No, we want to know the real deal.
Now, what I can say about the Halloween movie is I did like the way it started out, how showing Michael Myers actually became psychotic. But then when he started into the original movie itself, it lasted 15 minutes.
15 minutes, really?
How can you take a movie classic like Halloween and turn it into a 15-minute movie? You just can't. To me, it's crap. Throw it out the window. It's shit. It's garbage. It's done. Hey, Rob, stick to music, buddy.
It belongs on the list for sure.
It does.
On the top of my list, I got Red Dawn.
Oh.
Come on, man. I think they really put this out for the new generation of kids. I mean, it might as well have all the Disney kids from, the Disney Channel, Selena Gomez and stuff in it. Trying to fight the Cubans. I mean...
It was completely awful.
It was pretty bad.
Yes, his phone's on right now.
Yeah, it is. And I thought I shut it off. And I thought I shut it off again. And apparently, I haven't shut it off yet. So I'm going to do that right now.
But yes, Red Dawn was god-awful. I've got one on my list, Psycho. How the hell can you star Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates? Come on, man, are you kidding me? Norman Bates was Vince Vaughn? It's not a comedy, man, it's a horror flick. Horrible, god-awful. I had the runs for a week after watching that remake.
I totally agree. I mean, Vince Vaughn is just, I don't know. Even at his most creepiest, he's still coming off like the dude from Old School or Wedding Crashers. I mean, I'm not feeling it.
All that he is a fast mouth.
He's too funny.
Yes, that's it. He's a comedian.
He's a tall, funny guy.
Stick to it. I mean, that almost would have been about as bad as putting Adam Sandler as Norman Bates.
And him doing and his little spiel, and then that would have been...
Come on.
That would have been actually hilarious. I think Adam Sandler, since he's kind of on a down note lately, why don't you remake Psycho? Put his whole crew in there. I think that'd be interesting. I think you just gave him a good idea.
Turn it into a comedy movie.
I like it.
Hey, can't be any worse than what the remake was.
No.
All right. What else you got?
I got Anchorman 2.
Oh, yeah.
It falls in the category with Austin Powers, to me, a little bit. Those are two movies that should never have been remade. The originals were great original ideas. And then, it's like, oh, we're short on ideas, so let's just keep rehashing the same crap over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
More Austin Powers, less than Anchorman 2. Anchorman 2 definitely more, because they do the Sex Panther thing all over again, and then they try to throw it out like well, we all know what scene I'm talking about. It was horrible.
It sucked.
It
sucked. Number 3, I kind of hold dear to my heart. I was waiting for this part 2 to come out for the longest time. I should have known better when I had seen that it was only going to play on Crackle. I was so disappointed. Joe Dirt 2, Beautiful Loser. Quite honestly, how can you remake a classic like Joe Dirt anyway, let alone make it shitty the way that one was? I honestly lost an hour and a half of my life watching that piece of crap movie. The only part I actually thought was actually kind of funny was Dennis Miller making fun of that three-tooth hill jack from Kentucky.
That's exactly my review of it, actually. Right after I watched it, I said the funniest part of it was where he made that John C. minus Riley joke, and that was it.
That was it. Game over.
I don't think I laughed the rest of the time.
It sucked.
Man, this is so bad.
I tried.
I dredged through it, hoping for better.
But I warned you about it.
You did, and it just got worse and worse. But it's something like, it's I don't know, it's like a tetanus shot or root canal, something you got to experience yourself.
Right.
Even though you know from everybody's experiences that it's not going to be fun, but you're like, I got to see what it's about, and then
you know. But it was one of those movies though. We liked Joe Dirt so much. When we found out that Joe Dirt 2 was coming out, obviously we had to check it out.
That's right. One positive note: Brandy is still super hot. Maybe
Heck, I think she's even hotter than what she was before.
That's a good positive.
Yeah,
Other than that, obviously Kid Rock wouldn't touch it. He wouldn't come back. So they got Mark McGrath. Come on, that was a really sad replacement for Kid Rock.
What makes it even worse, Happy Madison Productions were involved in that movie again. Shame on you guys. You guys are a bunch of turds now. What are you guys doing to us?
Do you guys ever watch the movies that you make and think, maybe we shouldn't put this out? Or you're like, well, we got some cash wrapped into it, so we're going to shit it out anyway?
It was awful. It was awful. I recommend do not watch it. And if you do, you're about to waste another hour and a half of your life, too.
It'll be very obvious why it didn't go to theaters, or even DVD, which is a new one for me.
Yeah.
It didn't even go to DVD.
Crackle. What the hell is Crackle anyway?
I mean, look at all the horrible movies. The Human Centipede went to DVD, but Joe Dirt 2 doesn't go to DVD. I mean, that tells you something right there.
Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train.
That went to DVD. Enough said.
There you go. I got Lost Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Why mess with that? If you got a great movie, and I mean, you're gonna go as a director, the cast and everything is gonna go and have a legacy for saying, hey, at least I was in that really great movie. And then somebody's very unoriginally decides, hey, I want to remake that. Don't give them the rights to do that, because come on, man.
And don't even sequel it. I mean, dear God, man. You ended it just fine. It was good the way it was. Why are you trying to strike lightning in a bottle twice?
Right.
Leave it alone. You just killed an iconic movie by doing a second, a third, and I don't even know how many. Was it 2 and 3 and that was it?
I believe 2 and
That
3.
was enough. I mean, leave it alone at number 1, guys. Seriously?
It was horrible.
Jeez, think it through. I've got one here. Any of the Van Wilders after the original?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
You got the Rise of Taj, you got the Freshman Years. That movie, to me, was classic. I don't know, everybody's had to have seen that movie. The original Van Wilder was awesome.
It was amazing.
Great
I mean,
movie.
every generation, me, my kid, I mean,
Everybody.
we all agree. It's hilarious.
Right. So why'd you have to take it and completely shit the rest of the other movies out?
Man.
Why?
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Totally leave it alone. I mean, Ryan Reynolds obviously wasn't coming back for it.
No.
He must have read the script and said, this is a piece of shit. He wouldn't even do the voice of his Van Wilder character when they do the phone call scene to Taj. So he wouldn't even do that. Wouldn't even give his voice to it. Obviously, he knew it was a turd. But National Lampoon's only strikes lightning about every 10, 20 years with a good film anyway.
Seems that way, yeah.
And then they just mass produce a bunch of dog shit after that.
And that's pretty much exactly what the rest of those sequels were to that movie, was shit. Garbage. If you have watched them, sorry. If you haven't, don't. All bad. What you got?
All right, I'm going to go after that with The Children of the Corn, like we were discussing, falls into both categories.
Yeah.
Remake and sequel. It was horrible on all counts. The remake was horrible, and then the 30,000 following sequels to it are pretty bad.
How can you do that? That's like a cult classic movie. Stephen King, how he even gave up the rights. I don't even know if he was actually involved
I doubt
in any
he
of
was.
the other ones.
It was so
I
bad.
couldn't think he was. But I mean, to actually even remake a movie or even sequel a movie that ended the way that did, leave it alone. Come on, know what you got, leave it alone.
I mean, he didn't write Children of the Corn 2, so there's a reason.
Right,
Leave
exactly.
It alone. It stands alone, should be that way.
Which I can't understand his reasoning for letting, hey, you can go ahead and use the name. I'm sure he got money off that.
Right.
Obviously. But come on, they just killed your original.
Think about the legacy of each movie and how great an individual they stand alone before you decide to ruin them for a little extra cash, because how much money did all them drudge up? I doubt that much.
Right.
I mean, they're so bad.
Yeah. You know, sometimes just leave well enough alone. You know, don't jump into something else. Let it be. I got another one here. Caddyshack 2. Oh my God, are you kidding me? If any of you laughed at that movie, you need to go stand in the corner and think about what you just did. That was stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, it didn't even have, God, what was his name? Rodney Dangerfield. You know, that guy's hilarious. You know, especially in the 80s, he was
Right.
like an iconic figure. He was in the original. He helped make that movie. But no, they had to take that stupid-ass groundhog and turn it into a damn star all of a sudden. Don't.
And where was Bill Murray? Didn't want to touch it, obviously.
Leave things alone.
If
Seriously,
you can't get the
people.
original cast members back, there's a reason. They know that it's going to suck.
Exactly.
They don't want to harbor their careers on that, so they're just not going to touch it.
Right. All right.
It's that bad. I got Fright Night.
Oh, God.
What all can you say about Fright Night?
Now, I did like Fright Night too. I did, personally. But the remake
wasn't
of the
too bad.
original, come on, man.
Man.
Are you serious? Why are you going to remake that movie? You try bringing in, we've updated, we're going to put new blood, guts, blood, all that
Right,
shit.
at the time
Explosions.
Colin Farrell was big, right? We're going to bring him in as the vampire.
He's a fag.
Didn't work. Sorry.
No, did not work. Hated it.
It
Sucked.
was horrible.
Yeah, you can shove that movie straight up your candy ass. All right, I got one. Dumb and Dumber. Any of them past the original. Now, I thought the original was kind of, stupid in the first place, but it actually looks halfway decent compared to the When Harry Met Lloyd.
Oh,
and then the
man.
part 2. Are you kidding me?
The part 2, it cracks me up because I think they waited until the original cast was so broke that
They were
would take
60.
it. Yeah, and that they would take it because they wanted. It's Joe Dirt, it's Anchorman 2, it's rehashing all the exact same jokes. I mean, there's no originality there, and that's the sad
No.
part. If you can't come up with at least a new idea, a new script, a new take to it, a continuation of it, then just don't do it.
2 thumbs down. Sucked.
Agreed.
All right. What you got?
What's with the Amazing Spider-Man? How many times are we going to redo this with a different cast and then sequel it again, even though it's a double suck? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We mentioned the Batman and the different thousands.
Superman.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Come on.
Let's come up with something new,
Come on.
or maybe go to a new Marvel character, or DC character, whatever.
Oh, they did. They made Ant-Man.
Which I'm curious though with that. I haven't seen that.
Serious?
So I'm gonna see it, man. Paul Rudd cracks me up, even though he participated in Anchorman 2. But what are we gonna do?
Right. Hey, take the good with the bad, I guess. I've got one here. Exorcist 2. Okay. Why in the hell would you remake a cult classic? Not remake, but sequel. One as good as what The Exorcist was. Are you kidding me? Shame on you for being retarded. That was a perfect movie the way it was, the way it ended. Everything was great. But now you come out with like part 2, part 3, part 4. A mirror is now haunted and possessed. So and so. You know what? We can just throw any possession movie in there for a matter of fact. To me, they're all B rates the way it is. They all suck. There ain't nothing scary about any
That's
of
all
them.
you agree. They're all riding on The Exorcist, and now it's like we went through a zombie phase. We had 1,000 zombie movies.
Right.
And now we're finally, I think, coming to the end of the Exorcist phase. You know, the last Exorcist, the last exorcism of whatever, or was it last I don't remember. But anyway, they actually used the word last in the title and then made another Last Exorcist 2, or Exorcism, or whatever the hell it was. I mean, they're all crap. The Exorcism of Emily Rose, I mean, it's all crap. Everything after The Exorcist, we should just let it go after that.
Right. Total crap. All right. What you got now?
I'm gonna go with the Friday the 13th series. I don't know what else to say. I mean, we got Jason in Space. We got him in Manhattan. We got Keeping Up with the. I can't. What was the last name of that movie?
I don't know. Jason killing the Kardashians.
Yeah, it's
You
just
know,
getting bad. Man.
yeah.
It's the fight Jason versus Freddy. I mean, you could go off on into the Freddy movies. Why did we keep going there?
All right. All I gotta say
13
is,
of those.
all I gotta say, stop. Just stop. Don't play any more of those. It's god awful. Leave it alone.
How much money do they make off these? I wonder.
You
I
can-
wouldn't even think you'd barely be able to cover making it.
Right.
Because, but I mean, occasionally you're like, oh, I see where they make a little money. People are like, let's go on a binge watch, and for Halloween we're gonna watch all 13 of the Jason, the Friday the 13th series movies. But it's so bad, I don't see anybody staying awake to get past 4 or 5 or 15 or 26.
No, it sucks. All right, my next one is The Blues Brothers 2000. The only thing I got to say about that is John Belushi's rolling over in his grave for even knowing that they made a sequel to the original Blues Brothers. That's another one of those movies. Leave it alone. Don't make a sequel. Stop. Come up with something original. Hey, that's a brand new thing. Hey, here you go, Hollywood. Come up with a movie yourself. Don't take other movies, make a shitty sequel, and expect to make bank on it. How about come up with something yourself? Hey, originality. Isn't that what you guys get paid for? Enough said.
I agree. I mean, let's come up with some. There's plenty of new stuff to come up with. There's plenty of reality going on there that you can play off a movie.
Exactly.
But we just keep rehashing the same stuff from the 80s and 90s, which I guess tells you what the best generation was.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Generation Xers, baby.
That's right.
All right, what you got?
Well, I think I covered everything. What did I say? Point Break already?
No, negative.
Point Break.
Oh God.
What the? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the whole list. We should call this episode "What the Fuck."
Yeah.
I mean, Point Break.
Stupid.
Swayze's dead, man. Come on.
Right. All right, I got another one. Any of the American Pies without the original cast. I don't know what they're trying to do. You know, there were 4 of them with the original cast. Keep it to that. We don't need to know about Stifler's cousin, uncle, brother, nephew. We don't need to. Leave it alone. Just stop. Enough of that.
That's right. That's right. Did we cover Evil Dead yet?
Negative.
Evil Dead. Why was there no cameo of Bruce Campbell in there? That's okay. Now, I had mentioned that to someone else, and they said, well, at the very end, you kind of see like a little shadow deal where he's like, yeah, maybe at the very, very, very end of it. No, not good enough. He could have been like, you know how Stephen King always puts himself in his movies. He's like a cashier at a gas station, or he's bagging your groceries at the grocery store. So put him in there somewhere. I mean, come on.
How can you remake Evil Dead without Bruce Campbell? Plain and simple.
Don't do it.
And quite honestly, I didn't like their new effects on it.
No.
I thought the whole movie sucked.
It was all new. It was all about effects. They took the humor and threw it out.
Yes, they did. And I've got to flat out tell you, I was one of those people that decided, hey, I'm not going to go rent the movie first. My dumbass actually went and I bought it. Yeah, I bought it. I bought the movie. It was god awful. I wish I could have taken it back. I'll give it away for free for anybody who wants it.
Well, Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, I see why you did. It's like, hey, who knows? Maybe it could be as great as those were. But yeah, it wasn't.
Well, that kind of kills our list here.
I think so.
So maybe next time we'll do better. But just remember these movies. Watch them at your own risk. Peace out.
Later.